You overthink every conversation you had today. You need complete silence after hanging out with friends. You apologize for things that aren't your fault, and people constantly tell you that you are too sensitive. Your whole life, you've treated these traits as weaknesses. You've beaten yourself up for being awkward and exhausting. But what if you are looking at it completely wrong? What if these aren't flaws at all, but the hidden side effects of high emotional intelligence? By the end of this video, you're going to learn the exact psychology behind 7 of your worst habits and why your brain is actually operating on a level far higher than you realize. To understand this, we have to redefine what emotional intelligence actually is. Society treats EQ as just being good with people or being charismatic. But neurologically, emotional intelligence is the brain's ability to process massive amounts of emotional data, both yours and other people's. It is a high-fidelity processing system. And because a high EQ brain runs on such sensitive software, it produces some very strange, very misunderstood outputs. Here are the 7 so-called flaws that prove your emotional intelligence is off the charts. Number 1, you replay conversations in your head for hours. Someone said a slightly offhand comment, and you spend the next 3 days analyzing their tone of voice. People call you obsessive, but psychology calls this post-event processing. Your brain isn't spiraling, it is running an emotional diagnostic. Because you have high empathy, your brain uses the retrospective analysis to map the other person's emotional state, ensuring you didn't accidentally cause harm. Your guilt isn't a weakness. It is your brain's hyperactive social repair mechanism. Number 2, you feel completely drained after socializing. Even if you had a great time, you need to lock yourself in your room for hours afterward to recover. You think you're just antisocial, but neuroscientists point to mirror neuron overload. Mirror neurons are the brain cells that fire both when you act and when you observe someone else acting. If you have high EQ, your mirror neurons are hyperactive. You don't just listen to people's problems. Your brain physically simulates their emotions. You are exhausted because you literally carried the emotional weight of 5 different people on your nervous system. Number 3, you struggle to make quick black and white decisions. People call you indecisive, but high EQ means you possess high cognitive complexity. You don't just see the logical outcome of a decision. You see how it will emotionally impact every single person involved. You see the gray areas. While a low EQ brain makes a fast, rigid choice, your brain is running complex emotional predictions, weighing multiple human variables. You aren't slow. You are just calculating the emotional ripple effect before you act. And if this kind of breakdown, where we take the things you hate about yourself and use hard science to prove they are actually your greatest strengths, is what you're looking for, this is exactly what MindConnect exists for. If you want to understand your own mind instead of judging it, this is a great time to subscribe, because we go this deep every single week. Number 4, you absolutely hate small talk. You feel awkward discussing the weather or traffic, but you will happily talk about trauma, philosophy, or childhood fears at 2 a.m. This isn't a social flaw. Research shows that highly emotionally intelligent individuals experience surface acting, faking emotions to navigate superficial scripts, as a massive cognitive drain. Your brain craves deep relational energy, because that is where authentic emotional data is actually exchanged. Small talk feels like a computer downloading an empty file. Number 5, you apologize for things that aren't your fault. Someone bumps into you and you say sorry. A friend is having a bad day and you apologize for the weather. People think you have low self-esteem, but psychologists view this as a high EQ trait called panempathy. You are so attuned to the emotional friction in a room that you will take the blame simply to restore harmony. You aren't weak. You are acting as the emotional shock absorber for the people around you, absorbing the tension so the group can function. Number 6, you set strict boundaries and people call you selfish. You cancel plans, you leave parties early, and you refuse to answer texts after a certain hour. Low EQ people will guilt trip you for this. But psychology proves that the ability to set and enforce boundaries is the ultimate sign of emotional maturity. It means your prefrontal cortex is successfully overriding your amygdala's fear of being disliked. You are choosing your own emotional preservation over the temporary comfort of people-pleasing. That isn't selfishness. That is emotional self-defense. And finally, number 7, people constantly tell you that you are too sensitive. You notice a shift in someone's mood before they say a word. You are deeply affected by art, music, and injustice. Society treats sensitivity as a defect, but neurologically, sensitivity is just high-resolution data intake. Your brain's insula, the region that processes interoception and emotional awareness, is highly active. You aren't overreacting. You are simply perceiving emotional realities that the people around you are completely blind to. The fact that they don't see it doesn't make you wrong. So here is the honest reframe. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are a high-fidelity emotional processor living in a low-definition world. Your overthinking, your exhaustion, your sensitivity, these aren't character flaws. They are the exhaust fumes of a deeply empathetic, highly analytical mind. The goal isn't to numb your sensitivity to make other people comfortable. The goal is to build a life that has enough quiet space to let your emotional intelligence actually thrive. I want you to go to the comments right now and tell me, which of these 7 traits do you relate to the most? Are you the overthinker, the exhausted empath, or the boundary setter? Own it in the comments right now. If this video made you feel seen or validated a part of yourself you've been hiding, this is exactly what MindConnect is here for. We decode the psychology and neuroscience of your human experience so you can stop judging yourself and start understanding yourself. Hit like, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this with someone who thinks they are just too sensitive. They need to hear this the most. See you in the next one.